Hello and welcome to the commentary for Turkey Shoot, done by me, who plays Diamanda Hagan and Alistair and all, and you, who plays Minions and the Avatar of Decent Humour and all.
Hi.
And that's the old intro, which has my awesome theme tune.
Ah, yes, you and your lemon vodka in the shower.
Limoncello! It's an awesome liqueur.
Haha, blue hair. Abusing minion.
Yeah, the blue hair's coming back in the Gwendolyn review.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Well, that review is just seriously what the fuck.
Yeah, well, and it'll be filmed probably in 2 weeks tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll-
There's phone sex in a bamboo cage. There you go, there's a reason for you to watch the next review.
Oh, this is the only Hagan review where I attempted to do black stuff instead of so much red, and it really didn't work.
No. I like that you stuck with the red, even though in the old camera it does look pink.
It's okay. I think my idea with the black stuff was I wanted to make it look a bit like puppetish. It didn't look quite right, but it was a good idea.
Oh look, it's Belfast on a Saturday night.
Yeah,
Oh my god, that looks like just an armoured Volkswagen Beetle.
probably was. It was a very low budget film.
Yeah, true.
But this film, this was meant to be the first film that we did the review for. It wasn't done because I wanted to spread out my shitness for the first two videos rather than do it all in one. Plus, I wanted Turkey Shoot to be better than Story of Ricky because I love Turkey Shoot. It's one of my favorite films. It was my favorite film I saw in 2009. It's amazing. I apologize for loving it.
Yeah, well, it was an amusing film. It was shit, but it was amusing.
It stars Steve Railsback.
Yes, you love Steel Railsback.
I'm hoping someday
Boink.
to review his magnum opus, Life Force, where he battles naked alien space vampires.
Oh, you're gonna force me to watch that.
That's awesome. That was a big budget film in 1986 or 1985.
Is it just me, or the guard outfit's pretty much the same outfit, just a slightly darker shade?
Yeah, it's more khaki. Oh, take a shot, guy! Take a shot.
Yeah, Ilza ruined that joke for you. Poor Hagen.
Then I could bring it back after the Black Gestapo.
That is true. I still think it was fun. It looks like you've just leaked your mascara there.
Yeah.
And again, this is back when you had the light directly above the camera, so it looks like your face is absorbing the light.
It didn't really come off in this one.
Yeah.
I'm okay with the video look we got right now, where I'm using multi-layered stuff to make my face shine.
Yeah.
This is quite good look as well.
We filmed these two on the same night, didn't we?
No.
No.
Turkey Shoot was filmed a week later, or
Oh yeah,
2
you
weeks
are wearing
later.
a different t-shirt. Okay.
Yeah, if you recall, actually no, they were filmed 3 weeks later because I was away in England for a week, and I know that
Yeah, little lady beating up Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I know Neil had watched Story of Ricky, and he didn't realise that we'd filmed it in the room with the lights on.
Well, yeah, you wouldn't think you had lights on in that room. It was actually a fully lit room. It's just because, well, the camera was shite, and you were so close. You were directly under it too. And fetish.
Here we go. Oh, I can't picture.
Oh, I came up with so many. So many.
The guy who plays Thatcher here, he was actually in an episode of Doctor Who in the 80s.
Really?
I was watching the episodes, and it was just like, what the fuck? I recognise him. I recognise him. Who the fuck's that? Is
Also-
that Thatcher from Turkey Shoot?
Also, Hagan was looking at a shopping list in that book.
Oh yes, definitely. Thatcher with his eyebrows and his hair a different colour, a bit like me.
Is it just me, or does he look like he's wearing a Doctor Evil outfit?
It's a Nehru jacket. It's probably a reference to Blofeld, like Doctor Evil's one is.
Hey, look, it's your favourite character in the film, the little ginger git.
Oh, he's awesome. He's brilliant. I wish he was in more films. He's in barely any though.
even if you have to do something like this.
And that was not a planned line.
They do look similar, don't they?
Look at the glasses, they're huge. You could burn ants with those. Seriously, he looks like the fella who would be sitting on the corner of the street selling you crack. And just waiting for him to open up his jumpsuit. What are you buying?
Like, I don't know what else he hasn't been in very much. It's a pity because he's awesome.
Yeah, I think that's why. Maybe he was just too crazy. Oh look, it's the first appearance of your little net shirt. You tend to wear that in a good few of your reviews.
I think I wear that in all of them except for Ricky and Bosco. And Bosco, that was because we weren't planning to film Hagan, so I didn't bring it.
Yeah. Bosco, you're totally not based on him at all.
Actually, I'm not. I watched Bosco again and I noticed the similarities if I darkened up Bosco. What happened to Bosco, by saying they were minions and they were being killed off screen. Then I noticed, holy shit, this is I've turned Bosco into basically Hagan.
That is true.
But it's a good set of jokes.
That was highly amusing. And I never actually drew the similarities to it until you pointed them out. And again, Bosco just creeped me out as well. You're muddy.
That kid there is getting burned looks a lot like the one who plays Chekhov in the new shit Star Trek movie.
Oh yeah. There was a joke cut out here too, and I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, there's 5 pages cut out, so there was at least there was possibly 10 minutes cut out of this review, so there probably was jokes there. There's probably jokes everywhere. I remember I had a whole set where I was talking about the construction of this building. I don't know what I was going to say about it, but I was going to say something.
Mm-hmm. Seriously, what's with the hair? It's like, it looks like it's trying to escape the hat.
That's Bargain Basement Cheech Marin.
I am naked, even though I was wearing a jumpsuit a minute ago.
This scene here with the zipping and everything, I actually edited this in a much better way than the actual film did. The actual film had the zip untimed. The shot where you had the zip sound and it looked like it was supposed to look like she was zipping it up. It actually wasn't zipping at all. It was closed the entire time. I actually improved their editing. Ooh, makeup woman and slimy bastard and fat bastard.
Yeah, that's another thing you really need to do again. Your daikons.
I've never come across any in videos so far in the films I've reviewed. As soon as I come up with one in a film I review, I will bring one back.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
This why it's annoying. It's almost it's really difficult to find reviewable films that have lesbian characters.
What about your lesbian psycho that you recently got?
I haven't watched that yet. If it's good enough, it will go onto the list of things to review at some point.
Oh, the Cinema Snob mentioned that recently in a list of films he was rhyming off.
Oh.
Well, when I say recently, I've been looking at some of his old stuff, so it could have been one of his old films.
But I'm also considering doing a lesbian-centric review show myself. Filming it in my editing room, just by myself, probably as myself. So maybe it'll get covered there.
I want that crossbow.
You can have the crossbow. I can have the one who uses it.
Oh. Or just use it on me.
This took about an hour to film.
I still think that was one of the funniest jokes. Giant robot attack!
I am seriously bad at remembering lines.
Yes, you are. A lot of her lines do tend to go into the improvisation territory because she can't remember them.
Yeah, I write the scripts properly and then I will ad-lib around my own scripts.
Yep.
Which is good. It sort of allows us to add jokes as we feel like it.
Yeah, true. A lot of the jokes do tend... Well, okay then. Not a lot, but a good few do come up on the spot.
Oh. Bad turkey shit.
You nearly knocked the camera over on one of those shots.
Oh, that'd be strangely prophetic given what happened when we were filming the next review.
Oh yeah. We were changing the tape and none of us were holding the tripod.
And I wasn't even in the room.
Which is a bit of a wobbly leg. And as we were trying to unwrap the tape, the tripod just kind of slowly nearly fell over with a colossal crack.
And I was nowhere there, so we ended up with a broken tape, what do you call it, the screen. We ended up, the camera was already broken, so it couldn't work unless it was hooked up to the wall. So we had a no screen, and oh, hypnotic boobs.
Holy shit. Boing. Jiggle, 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 jiggle.
So yeah, that camera, apart from having the busted few pixels in the front, you had no screen, and you couldn't use it outside.
Yeah, and the viewpiece never worked half the time, so in the majority of the shots we did actually have to have this wired up to a TV, sat on a chair about 6 feet off the ground, while the camera is near enough 7.5. So you can guess what our living room looks like.
It was deeply striking. Thankfully the situation's a little better with the new camera, at least we got a screen on this one.
That's true, that is true. All we need now is just a tripod that we can actually use without having to break out the toolkit.
Yeah, higher tripod would be good.
Yeah. Seriously, it's side of a cliff. Why? Even his shoes are yellow. I never noticed that before.
Now, anyone who's interested in this sort of thing, I first heard about Turkey Shit in the awesome documentary Not Quite Hollywood, which is about Australian exploitation, and Turkey Shit was one of the films they featured in it, and watch it, it's awesome. I found about 20 films I'd never seen before in it. It was amazing. Thanks to it I also discovered stuff like The Man from Hong Kong, which is also brilliant, though nowhere near as brilliant.
Yeah. I actually seen that after you told me about it, after you forced me to watch this film. And it was just on randomly while I was playing World of Warcraft. I'm not a geek, I swear.
So what did you think of The Man from Hong Kong before I could do a review of it?
The Man from Hong Kong was amusing. Obscene at sometimes, but that's just some of the weird ones you get. Does this hat change style? Seriously, that should not be able to work there too, by the way. That is a phone with an area.
Well, it's the future, damn it. They can make a car look like a horse. They can make a futuristic teleporter communication system look like a phone with a thing.
Okay, they can make the most phallic truck ever.
Yes.
Again, that was a little hiccup on the line there, but it was the best one we got, so Hagan went, fuck it.
Yes. I am not very good at lines.
Also, I would like to point out that thing is very easily outrun.
It's a bit...
Consider all the Liu Kang jokes we made in the last one, we're kind of ripping in Mortal Kombat a lot.
Mortal Kombat's a good all-purpose thing to rip into.
Funnily enough, in none of these scenes, he's actually using a puppet there, even though it does look like it a few times.
Yeah, that's all in the actual thing. That's one take. It's wonderful.
You can see he's like a few feet off the ground there.
He's being held up by the guy. He just snaps his neck, snaps his back. He's my target!
Yeah, she's really gonna listen to that. And also, he's just basically give her away. Ah! Zombie! Break out the necrophiliacs.
Yeah, she doesn't actually do this quickly in the actual film.
Yeah, that was edited up to speed it up by a good half a minute.
Oh yeah, classic! Oh yeah!
What was that out of?
This is Death Race 2000.
Oh yeah. And back in the fetish cage. Now this was just trying to elbow a bit of plot into the film.
I don't know. Originally, apparently from what I've read and what I've seen, Turkey Shit was originally about 15 pages longer. at the start they had to cut out this whole series of like a lot of plot and stuff because about 3/4 of the budget didn't turn up.
Just like your review.
Yeah, so they had to basically take 60 pages of violence and then add another add about 20 minutes of violence to it in order to create a film.
Oh look, it's the joke that scarred your eyes.
I should say that's not actually that Brian May. It's a different Brian May. TV Tropes thinks it's the real Brian May. It's not.
Holy shit, those things are huge.
Well, she's got her own flotation device. She's quite safe in the water unless a lesbian turns up. Oh dear!
Actually, no. Fake breasts are heavier than normal breasts, so you more than likely sink.
How do you know that they're fake?
Yeah, but it's wrong. I bet you wish you'd done that earlier.
If your breasts are that big, they are not going to sit up that well. I should know.
Well, the actual breasts might not be fake, but the actual way that the ring held up, it could be.
She's obviously not wearing a bra.
I'm suggesting that maybe that she could have had some sort of surgery done to make her really large tits really, really high up.
No, that wouldn't work. It would just end up stretching the skin anyway. Why are we talking about breast physics?
Because it's funny.
We always end up talking about things like that. It's weird. Also, he missed.
Of course, you're going to have the last 20 minutes of the film.
Oh dear.
Oh, the fat bastard in this, he's actually in another classic Brian Trenchard Smith film called Death Cheaters, which I really want to get and review. If anyone's out there who can get me a copy of Death Cheaters to review, I would be very appreciative. It's got more Roger Ward. It's
Roger Ward.
It's the lovely story of real-life stuntman Grant Page, who did all the stunts for Turkey Shoot a Man from Hong Kong, being enlisted by the Australian government or the British government to be a secret agent attacking the Filipino government.
Huh.
Because
Okay.
when you're a stuntman, that sort of thing is good.
And Nelson cameo.
Again, I think that actually was our first running joke.
No, I don't think he'd scripted that in anywhere else.
No, that was in it was in Story of Ricky as well.
Oh, look, it's one of your biggest disappointments coming up. I wanted to see naked lesbian crossbow rape. And yes, when you did actually say that line, you freaked me out slightly because I didn't read that in the script.
Did you know that?
No, I thought that was you ad-libbing.
I'm sure we did a. I'm sure I did a read through of it before I even typed out the script, because I wrote bits of the Turkey Shit script when I was coming home from university in the car, and I'd written, like, in my notepad, I've written this speech.
You probably did, but I probably wasn't paying attention. Either way, you scared me slightly in the recording.
So I scream naked lesbian crossbow rape, and you didn't pay attention to it because it was that boring.
Well, when you read it out, you don't scream. You do tend to go in your little monotone voice.
Oh, sorry.
Dum-dum-dum.
Yes, because
This is the least convincing fight scene out of the majority of the films you've shown me.
this is like Bruce Lee meets Thunderbirds.
Yeah. Just for a second there, that shot, that machete could have filled in for his legs there. Might have explained why he was so tall.
Oh, Roger Ward.
Blind
he's
him
aw-
with your head. Reflect the light.
Roger Ward's awesome. I don't know how he does this fight scene so badly. The guy made a bunch of like kung fu movies over the years, including several great ones like The Man from Hong Kong. Before this, how did he fuck this up?
Maybe they thought they would just get what they paid for, and considering they lost half the budget,
But
and then the director lost the rest of it gambling.
no, they're both both the actors are experienced in fighting on screen. This is like Jet Li and say someone else who's good at fighting on screen, and then making them come up with a really shitty fight scene. It's just, I don't know. Maybe as a real life fight it would be actually quite good, but it just looks terrible on screen.
Yeah, probably. It's also that they're probably just doing it half-assed. Yeah. This is a really bad fight scene. Slump! The prosthetics!
True story about the filmmaking there. The woman, the assistant director yelled cut, and the woman misunderstood and brought the machete down and barely missed his real hands.
at him. It's like, grrr! You spilled wine on my sleeves!
Senator Vreenak, what do you have to say?
That was another thing you were going to make into a running joke, but that disappeared as well.
Yeah, I never really come across singular, sort of bad special effects failures where it would fit in.
Yeah, it's true.
So it's there's a bunch of things I wanted to turn into running jokes, but I never managed to. The Raspberry Reich review has the bit from Better Than Chocolate saying, yes, it's obscene, that's the point. That was meant to be from like my earliest reviews, anytime there was anything to do with censorship put in there. But I never came across anything to do with censorship. So I never managed to use it until Raspberry Reich. That's why it's so artificial in there, because I just forced it in.
I don't know why, but my eye keeps getting drawn to your button.
What button?
Next time you appear on screen, you'll see it. There it is.
Oh, that one?
Yeah.
Lol.
That's just me being weird. Got a little pink thing just below your eye.
Wait!
Also, again, bad makeup.
That is an iconic image, with her there lying on the ground in that position. I remember seeing a picture of that in a film magazine years ago. I was like, holy shit, and then I came across it and it's like, I want a poster of her lying there like that.
Okay.
That might be a bit strange, but I don't care.
It makes you wonder what did actually happen there.
Yeah.
And how did the blood fall that way?
Apparently they filmed that in the middle of a park in the middle of Australia and police came to see what was going on.
Yes, it is. Crazy person, I listen to your conversations over the dinner table.
I'm not crazy.
Yes, you are.
Not according to psychiatrists.
Yeah, you're the only person I know who has a certificate proving your sanity. You outrank us all.
Yes, I do. You all might be insane, I'm definitely not.
Also, how could he possibly sneak behind him? It's a massive open area. And
Splitting headache joke.
I did actually hit Hagan when she told me about this joke.
Yeah, because this was the first bad pun that was written.
Yeah. And, it's jokes like that is why my character exists. True. And yes, this was my joke. I insisted this had to go in because I thought it was hilarious. You agreed.
I did agree, and it actually fit in quite well there.
I came up with so many others as well. Hey look, it's an automatic cannon. They stole it from aliens.
That can't shoot straight.
Seriously, would they have run over a couple of people going into that building?
Well, quite possibly, but I don't think it would do much damage to the people.
Yay! Stock footage! Also, each of those planes are different makes, models, and nationalities.
Yeah.
Piece that one together. Dramatic music is dramatic. I'm very slowly approaching.
And that's not me doing that voice. That's Colin, aka Teddy.
And we still use that joke to this day. Haha.
I'm very slowly approaching.
Yeah. Whenever I am actually moving somewhere, I will say that, just randomly. A lot of people get it. A few people look at me weird. And I go, I'll explain later. And I never do. Bad console, bad! That's a good question. It's because she has super lesbian powers.
Lesbians' legs have been known to lengthen about 300 or 400 times, so they can spring around. Multi-kill. Drug kill. Monster kill, kill, kill.
I'm now in the mood to play that game. It's an awesome game, especially facing words. You
I
never
like-
see me, I'm the sniper in the fire.
Oh, I do like Unreal Tournament.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Jenkins!
And now to prove how geeky I am, I have that achievement in World of Warcraft. How many of you know what it's for?
I have no idea. I've never played World of Warcraft.
Oh, this is where the minions playing Warcraft joke comes in. Latency through the roof. Again, different plane. And push the button.
No bombing, no bombs came from the planes. They just blew up the buildings.
Pretty much.
Invisible bombs!
Of course, in a couple of hours when they're cold and hungry and find a piece of
It's actually a nice little landscape shot there. But they can never seem to hold the camera still whenever they do those wide shots. Have you ever noticed how it just wiggles?
No, I hadn't noticed that. I had noticed that that looks like, I think that's Northern Australia. Because, and do you know how I think that?
Because it has jungles and stuff?
Yeah, it's tropical.
Whee!
The south is, I don't know what the south looks like, but the northern ones are near Thailand and the Philippines and all those sorts of areas with jungles.
Yeah.
Daikons, da-da-da-da-da-da.
Well, if you believe Rescuers Down Under, the majority of it is a desert.
Well, majority of Australia is a desert.
True, but I said if you believe the Rescuers Down Under.
No, yeah,
I
yeah.
choose not to.
You don't have to, but I think like something like more than 50% of Australia is actually a desert.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying that to be silly.
Ah.
And look, you're Daikon! Hooray! You really need to find another lesbian Daikon.
There are, you know, I've got a bunch of lesbian movies, but most of them are not Hagan material. Like there's the really shit ones like Debs, or the slightly less shit ones like the Itty Bitty Titty
I
Committee.
never thought that joke would work, but apparently it did. Colin was disgusted with that when you first did it, wasn't he?
Why?
I don't know. I think he just like, what are you doing? And then you've done so worse things later on.
Ah, what a silly person.
Oh, no.
This music had to be replaced with Lecture Bitch on the YouTube version because the YouTube would not allow me to use one way or another.
Yeah, that sucked. I like that song.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense in context.
It'll always make me think of Sabrina the Teenage Witch, though. I love that show.
Oh, I want to make you think of Lesbian Crossbow, right?
No, it does not make me think of Lesbian Crossbow Rape. It reminds me
Aw.
of the episode where she makes liquid talent.
Lol.
Now meet the villain of the film, Charles Thatcher. He looks nothing like this.
Random friend. Well, that's it for us, Rip Trap.
Yep, and